Good morning, Ramon. Good morning, Team Steam. It sounds like we're going over to Latifa's for breakfast. I'm excited for that.
Nice. That's one of my favorite things. I don't know. Now it's a little different, but back in the day when we'd all gather around and watch football, when I was real young,
Yeah.
roommates and stuff, we'd spend all watching the pregame, making a big breakfast spread with every possible thing you could imagine on NFL Sunday. Hello to everyone in the chat. Welcome to another week of the morning steam. Another week for us. We'll start here on Saturday with NFL today, Mindy. We've already previewed the two NFL games for today with your Chiefs and my Raiders.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I don't want to be, but maybe I have to start keeping an eye on the Raiders here from the sports gambling capital of the world here. I'm in Las Vegas. And of course, we'll have NBA followed by college basketball, then NHL, then we'll preview tomorrow's NFL card. But today's game we already have previewed up on Tony's Picks YouTube channel. Ben has his picks up as well. Tony has his previews for today's games with all of his previews actually college basketball, pro basketball, and NFL. Hello to everyone in the chat. Let's start greeting people, Mindy, and let a few more trickle in here. I'm predicting we could set the record again today.
All right. I hope so. Tell your friends about us.
Saturday. So I think it's going to be close. But hello to everyone joining us today. Mindy, here's Latifa to lead us off. Mad Bull's here looking for the locks and looking for some buds in the couch, probably. Hey, Blake's here. Good morning. Great news. Yeah, we weren't yesterday, so we no update needed. Everyone's stoked about DeMar's progress.
I mean, having a Zoom meeting with the teammates only, not even a week after.
Oh, man, we're going to talk about the New England Buffalo game today, so emotions will be big in that game. I promise you. I will tell you what my feelings are on that, but just awesome news. It's funny that some commentator, I'll even say it now, talking, never going to let that kid play in a football game, are we, right? But still, just amazing progress just to, be in the situation that he's in. But that'd be the miracle of miracles, but we're not worried about that. But still,
right.
Something that's been mentioned by some people. I think of Hasty, certainly. Hello, Ron. Nice to see you as always.
Dun, 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 dun. I always love the Fred Sanford there. Dun, 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 dun. That's what I think it is, right? Dun, dun, dun,
yeah. Okay. How'd I do? Curtis is here. He's probably watching a little Sanford and Son. Scotch is here as well. Great to see everyone here. We got it's regular day here for sure.
Right. Terrell found us today, though. That's good. That's good. He was looking for us yesterday. Couldn't find us.
Terrell's here. Yeah, we take Fridays off, so all right. That's all about the regulars at this point. Hopefully, let's get anybody out there who hasn't chatted.
Yeah, please. Where are you at? I know there's more than what's been chatted on here so far.
Scott says, "How about those Bulls?
Bulls. That's a big time win right there.
Nice job there.
Any over Ramon had on the show.
Yep, that's right. We won our picks yesterday on Tony's afternoon show. So, all right. Oh, Terrell, you've been here before. Come on, you're a regular now. You're a member of Team Steam. So. And that's been great. I think that's been great for us. When people, I don't know, when they find us, they tend to hang around. So we've got a great group of viewers here, and we'll let a few more come in. But let's maybe head on over to do our job. Oh, thank you, Latifa. Like and smash.
Subscribe.
Like and smash. Kind of Well, anyways, let's head over to tonyspicks.com and take a look and see what's going on. We got to do a little bit of self promotion. I know you guys will bear with us when we do that. And it's always good to see
Yeah.
who's on top of the handicapper
Fish
leaderboard.
oil.
Always
That
good to see who's on
Robert
top of-
Griffin III fish oil cracks me up. You guys are hotter than fish grease.
Nice. Joe G's here today.
Joe.
Yeah, we've had some good streaks, and we're on the. We're not on the 7-day on that part of the leaderboard. I think we are there.
Like
we're on
further down.
the actual year, yeah, so far.
Because it only has like top 5 on the main screen, so you have to go down and then find us.
Yeah, and we might just do that, but let's remain on the home screen for a moment because, well, there's me. I had the 8-5-1 day. I was the top capper here yesterday, but Nick 5-3, Ben 2-1, Tiffany 3-2, Tony 3-2, Pravi absolutely destroying it right now. I'm sure the books are probably limiting him at this point. Tiffany also 1,900 units over the last 7 days. Nick up a dime over the last 7 days. Sam, Mindy, you're there as well, up a nickel over the last week. And of course, over the last 30 days, 2,600 in profit. Those are based on just $100 plays. We kind of call the dollars units around here. And great job, Mindy, you've been doing, certainly. Take a look at some of the featured packages here over at Tony's Picks for today, including our best bets over at tonyspicks.com. Mindy, you got a Saturday night best bet. You also have Chiefs and Raiders guaranteed coming off your big week. Saturday night NHL best bet. I've got a pick here in the college football playoff national championship game. This one goes off next Monday night, but also want to tell you that I have a pick locked and loaded in today's national championship game in the FCS. So what do you got going, Mindy?
There is a huge college basketball card, like Butterscotch suggested. So I have some early games in up until 1 o'clock right now. Still working my way with putting them in the system there. But do have a package, early morning package, 3-pack there. I do have 2 plays in the NHL and then 1 play in the NBA. So my cards actually on those others that I, like to play pretty heavy. Couldn't find much here today. So, pretty light in NHL and NBA. So we'll see what we have when we put our like minds together, Ramon, and see what we get for the morning steam. So I'm sure we'll find some more plays so I can be in action in those games tonight.
Yeah, a little bit disappointing that the college basketball card, kind of ends. There's no late night action tonight in college basketball, despite the fact that there's a gazillion games. So that'll kind of wrap up. Yeah, that'll kind of wrap up.
I did try to find some of those late night games for the ones that we're going to cover. So,
Right. Yeah, we'll stick to the a little bit later part of the card. Certainly, Arnez is here today as well. Good to see him. So glad to see all of you here. All right. All right. Head on over to Tony'sPicks.com. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save 20% off the premium pick packages. Those are absolutely our best picks every day over at Tony's Picks, including the $15 picks, the best bets, the 3-packs and multi-game packs, and the late steam. Hey, here's my leaderboard update already on the site. That video there you see to the right talks about the leaderboard and who's hot, and gives a free pick right there too if anybody wants to check it out. A couple of free picks up on the site where they embed a couple of videos in me in there. How about that? Yeah, take a look at how deep
There's
the
morning
leaderboard.
team. I see us.
Yep. Yeah, there it is for the week. 32 and 24 over the last 7 days. That'll get it done. Of course, we'd like to destroy it a little better, but look how everybody else is doing. So if you combine Mindy and the morning steam, look at that. Real nice record there. So, all right. I don't know how I'm not up there, but one bad day amongst the last 7. I promise you, because I know everybody's, kind of following us a little bit, and they know we're hot. And
right.
Yeah, it took me down, no doubt about it, because you see this year so far over the first 6 days, there I am. And are right there next to Mindy and the morning's team. So that's a great sign. Look at for the year for the first 6 days. Mindy's in profit. I'm in profit. Morning's team's in profit. Not much more other than, can't win them
I
all.
said you just need one more day to get on the 7-day leaderboard, it looks like.
Yeah.
If you're
Yeah.
up, for the first 6 days. So
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I have it written down. I don't know. New Year's Day was okay, so it might have been or wait, no, maybe it was I'm trying to remember now because how those games were on the second. So I'm not going to get
I'm
into
just
it
saying,
again.
if you're up for the year, so that's 6 days.
I've killed a lot of brain cells. I don't know what. So
I know. I always say my brain is mush. People ask me questions about things, and I'm like, I don't know. It's like we just cover. It's like this constant, flow of putting games in, reading games, doing write-ups, looking at the next day. I'm always like, which day is it? So yeah.
Well, as I was prepping for the show today, I don't know if anybody, what you guys are doing, but waiting for us. Maybe you just wake up and wait. We know what Mad Bull does. But I was watching Chinese basketball on one of those apps.
Degenerate, yes.
Yeah, and I was watching, Eric Bledsoe of the Shanghai Sharks. I was watching him light it up today. Shanghai Sharks rolling to victory. The move went against them, I think, by 5 points. And I'm like, hey, you can't be fading the Shanghai Sharks by 5. The line was like they were -6, and then they closed like -1.5. I'm like, I'm taking Shanghai.
Wow.
They rolled. The scores in the CBA in the Chinese Basketball Association are kind of like the NBA, anyways. There's already massive point totals. And I watched Mindy. I also watched Tasmania. I watched Tasmania and Melbourne United while I'm prepping for the show. So, all right, enough of that. Let's get on.
I feel bad because I'm watching like ridiculousness on MTV in the mornings, getting ready for the show.
Yeah, I told
Sometimes you see the mindless stuff in the, in the background, right?
Enough of the small talk from me. Everybody wants to roll with picks, and I do too, because we've got a busy show lined up. I believe 30 games we're going to preview here, Mindy, today, all told by the time we're done. So start to get into it. We'll start with the NBA. Is everybody ready? We got over a couple of dozen in so far. My prediction, let's see if we get there. Someone alert us if we get to that, over that 60 number, because I might not be focused.
This time we'll know what it means when Matt says 60.
Yes. 60, I think, is probably the record.
It was like 62-ish.
The Celtics and the Spurs. The Celtics are a huge favorite here, Mindy, against those Spurs. The Spurs, they're bad, but they keep showing signs of life. I mean, I don't even know if it's that, but maybe they're just not getting enough respect from the betting public. They find a way to get some covers, certainly, here and there. And right now, they're going to be getting a bunch of points here. These lines that I've entered in, they're probably about 2 hours, 2.5 hours old. So we'll see if there's been any changes. I'll also kind of report the steam on the games we're covering. There's probably too many to cover, especially in college. Been a ton of line movement overall. So, but nothing to report here in this game as far as officially reported steam. And the current line mostly is about 12.5 and probably about 234.5, but it's hanging out right about there right now.
Yeah, last time I'm pretty sure we had a consensus pick on Boston when they were big favorites. We won with them that time, but I think I'm going to go ahead and take the Spurs here today. I'm going to take them at the plus points here. They are 11-3 against the spread versus the Celtics, over the last 14 here. Celtics, we know they've been playing better, putting up over the 120s here. And then also Spurs, though, geez, look at them. I mean, they're averaging, 117 over the last couple here. I think I'm going to go ahead and take the Spurs, the plus points. I'm going to go that route here today at home with the Spurs.
It looks like, what Scotch is saying and what Mad Bull's saying is that when, maybe a little bit of market reading here, like maybe because it's 12 and a half, that it's, that should be the indicator that maybe this is the spot for the Celtics, to get the money. But I'm not so sure about that. I'm going to agree with you, Mindy. I'm going to take 12 and a half here with you, with the Spurs in this one. Uh, Again, I look the Celtics. We did roll with them, laying a number last time. Spurs are awful, we know that, but like I said, I think they end up kind of getting some of these numbers once in a while, and I'm going to like them here. Toxic Devil's with us today. Good to see Toxic Devil here, and Toxic Devil.
Yeah, I don't mind that overplay.
No, not at all. I'm all over that. I think I want to rock with the over today here as well. I'm really actually showing maybe I'm showing 233 and a half. So I'm showing 234 and a half. So I'm not sure there's really any settlement from the market. I'm just kind of going in the middle here with this one at 244. So we'll see. But, you look at the Spurs, and they've been getting a few numbers of late while Boston has just been trending a little bit the other way. Spurs 11-10 to the number at home. The numbers are really balanced. So, and Scott says you got Spurs back to back, no doubt about it. In that game against the Pistons, I had them yesterday, Mindy, as a premium. I took the Spurs, so I feel like maybe I've got a handle on the Spurs a little bit here, and I just man, to win a game in the NBA by that many points, I'm gonna be with you. Let's take the Spurs, but I think Toxic Devil might be, tipping my hand a little bit, if you know what I mean. Oh, Ron says he likes under here.
Huh.
So
Okay.
yeah, I'm not gonna be. For me, I'm leaning premium, and we'll see if it makes the card because there's a lot of, yeah, Mad Bull. I don't know if it's always about pop. I mean, look at that Spurs line, right? Nobody's impressed necessarily with with the personnel that they're putting out there. I like the kid that has wears number 10 with green hair. I mean, you got to respect the throwback to Dennis Rodman, right? So Suchan, say his. I'm trying to think of his name. Okay, there's our picks, Mindy, on that one. We got a consensus play to start us off, and I think we're in.
Consensus play.
No respect, no disrespect. We love all of you. I mean, you've beaten us plenty of times. I think we've kind of gotten the better of it. Although, we definitely prop up the chat when they beat us on the plays. I mean, we kind of maybe even talk about that even more. But I will say, though, of late, when we've kind of gone against the chat, we've had a little bit of the better of it, I think, over the last week or two. So Terrell says Boston team total over. So, all right, I don't mind. I'd lean both teams over here, I think. So yeah, look at these guys. Love Dennis Rodman, right? Okay, Scotch. Let's get ready to do. Mindy, I don't know. I shouted out Scotch on the afternoon show the other day, and right now the Jazz here are favored by 1.5, and the total is up to 237. I think we have seen definite steam here, reported steam on Utah and the over.
Yeah, and I feel bad because I like this Bulls team and where they're headed. C-Man doesn't want me to fade the Bulls, but I'm doing it today. The Jazz are 8-1 their last 9 here. 3-1 over the last 3 years here as well. They've been putting up quite a few points themselves. I like the Jazz today.
All right, Mindy, it's chasing too much steam here. I mean, they're only up to 1.5, but the Bulls did open I believe the Bulls opened, I want to say like a 1 point, even 1.5 here. The Best of Luck Sportsbook opened them 3.5. So they opened even considerably higher, and it's been all Jazz in this one, maybe because of the back-to-back situation. Maybe that's taken a little bit of action. Ron's going to be with Utah in this one as well. Says Toxic Devil says it's Bulls. Jazz can't be trusted, says Mad Bull. And Bulls beating up the heavyweights. Yes, gosh, that's a problem though, right? I mean, it seems like they're playing to the level of competition. We know we don't like that too much. Curtis, I don't know if he says we're in Chi-Town, meaning we're betting on him, or maybe he's yeah.
I think maybe because he's at home is my guess, but
We're
yeah.
in Chi-Town. Got it. I got it. We're in Chi-Town today. So let me
Everywhere.
I don't mean to delay our show. We got a lot, but let me at least try to fix the line because that way the thumbnail, I might have left that one up there too long, but maybe they're listening to me. And let me pop up the right line, 1.5, 237. But I'm going to leave it up there for just a second if everyone will bear with me. Oh, I got to give a pick, right?
Yeah, I mean, eventually.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be on the over. How's that? I'm going to be on the over. And did anybody comment on the total at all?
No.
Okay.
On the freaking Bulls.
Joe Jiggy. It looks like, Mindy, you might be in the minority here a little
I'm
bit.
pretty sure that I am.
And the fact that I'm pivoting to the total might also give you an indication as to where I'm going on this one. But the game got steamed over, so it's up to 237 from an opener of a couple of points lower for sure. Here's Scotch is going to be with me in this one. You have the Bulls definitely trend a little bit under, but the Jazz are pretty much all about the over. 6-3-1 to the over in their last 10, 13-9 to the over on the road, 10-7-1 to the over now as a favorite, which they are. So Bulls definitely trend a little bit under, especially at home, 7-12 to the under, but I've got the over in this one. And Toxic Devil says under. Okay. And Mindy's on the Jazz. So we're all over the place in this one. I'm going to lean over, though, as well. Yeah, Toxic Devil says a little bit too much, but like I said, went over yesterday over that big number, and that game got pushed up as well, right? I mean that game yesterday got steamed up in that Chicago-Philadelphia game. So, and looks like Ron Utah and over. So maybe he means the money line there with his pick now that Utah's here, but we get exactly his justice. So you got support there.
A little bit. The Hans were coming through with the Jazz.
That's right. Maybe you guys could have your own little Han show.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Well, a lot of discrepancies there, but Mindy and I have 2 picks for you there. She's on the Jazz. I'm on the over in this one. All right, Pelicans and Mavericks here. Mavericks a 7-point favorite. The total's down a point to 225.
Well, yeah, I mean, I kind of liked, where the Pelicans were, yesterday. I thought, they still might, get that win. I know we didn't go over it. I didn't bet it, but that's kind of what my, thoughts were on that. So kind of today, I kind of feel like with the Pelicans not covering yesterday, not quite sure how this one's going to, work out today. I'm going to take the over, though. That's hitting 8 of the Mavericks' last 9 versus the Pelicans off a loss. They also have that 4th-ranked offense, scoring 117. And the Mavericks tend to give up a little bit, 124 in Boston in their last game. I'll take the over here.
All right, Mindy will be on the over in this one. Look, I mentioned that the total has gone down. It's been on some, widely reported steam. So Mindy's going to, kind of fade that steam a little bit here, going over, getting some decent value. Although I will say, let me see, take a look at some of these numbers. It opened right now. There's a little bit of movement for sure to the under here, even more now. I'm showing the screen pretty active on this game at 224.5 now. This one is continuing to move lower at this point. So take a look at some of the comments from the chat. Toxic Devil, Mavs first half. Is that a first half money line or a spread there? Toxic, I'm just going to say it's a money line at this point, given the actual description there. Here is a Pelicans play from Joe Jiggy. He likes taking those points today in this one. Ron, Pelicans plus the points. And, he does say they've been decent without Ingram, without Zion. Yeah, I think that shows how good the Pelicans, the depth, the coaching, how good of a season they've been having. I think that the general public, they still might be underrated a little bit, considering, but Toxic Devil wants to go under here as well in this one. Mad Bull Mads says the Mavs are quitters, and well, here's the thing. There might be just more of a fundamental problem, I think, with the Mavericks, right? Because they can't cover any spreads, especially at home. That's been a big problem all season. Mavericks, at home, 8-12-1. How about 10-20-1 ATS as a favorite here? So that only can lead me to one thing. Who in there? You guys are mostly on the Pelicans. I know Toxic Devil first half Dallas. Dallas and the favorite. Look at that. What Scott says right there. That's where I'm at. I'm on the Pelicans in this one. Ron talking about taking Luka's points. And again, I want to mention, no disrespect to Ron. He's one of our best, certainly, about that. But you notice how many people talk about, and with player props, it's always taking, like, his indication to me there is he's considering going over on Lucas's points. You don't see enough people playing props under. Everybody wants to play over all the time. I get it. Unders are no fun, but his 34.5 today. Got it. Okay. All right. I'm going to be on the Pelicans here in this one.
Sounds good.
And Mindy's on the over. So you get what I'm saying, though. I know, I know that, you probably don't hesitate to say some unders, but the way it's just described by many of the, you never go on, see any of the shows touting unders in prop bets.
Right.
And really, technically, this is why I explained on Tony's show, is that you'd think that you'd be probably half over or half under, but no one ever goes. I never see anyone on any talking head show saying, "I'm going under in so and so's rebound prop." So I think books know that. I mean, I think the books are always going to shade higher, but maybe you guys are making a killing in the props. To me, I could sit here and read off who I've got up arrows on all day and then down arrows. It makes a lot of, difference in my handicap. But, sometimes I even mention it on Tony's show when I'm breaking down games with him. Okay, great comments from you guys in the chat. Yep. There, and both, you see, there's one right there. Ron said, talking about Bogdanovich and his points. He killed it. And I actually had, even though I went with the Spurs, I actually had the down arrow on Bogdo yesterday. So you got the good one there. I would have taken a loss, but okay, good point by Scotch there in the chat. All right. All right, Minnie, there's been some movement on this game for sure. Just in the last couple of minutes, I've seen it pop up on the screen here just before the show in this one with the Magic and the Warriors. The steam came in on the Warriors. They're still currently 6.5, so it was bought back down. And the steam came in on the over, and it was bought back down. They steamed Warriors at 6.5. They steamed over 231.5. But right now, I'm showing it basically 6.5 and 230.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like the Warriors are going to win this game. I like where they've been going at home, but I think I'm going to take the Magic here today with the spread. I'm going to take the points. They are 4-1 against the spread versus the Warriors on the road off a loss. Magic 8-1 their last 9 on 1 day's rest here as well. I'm going to take the Magic.
All right, Mindy's going to be on Orlo here, plus 6.5 in this one. And for me, I'm going to end up moving with this total now. You see, I mentioned the steam comes in on the over, but I'm going to be on the under in this one, under 230 in Magic and Warriors here. It seems like the Warriors maybe have a little bit more control of their situation at home in some of these games. We talked about, of course, how successful they are, and maybe the respect is starting to come back to or being built into the line, I think, is what I would intend to say here, because I think people are starting to realize, at home. Oh, Matt Bowles, he loves what the Magic are doing, but he is going to lean tonight here to the Warriors. Let me fix my little graphic. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I mean, no, that shouldn't worry about it too much, but all right, there we go. More comments about this game. Toxic says Magic good, but unders looking good as options because Warriors do play some decent defense. So I'm going to be on the under in this one as my play. Teams definitely trending over for the most part, but Warriors at home 8-12 to the under so far. So. Butterscotch says, look at that awesome
Right.
trend of how well they've been doing. So great record at home. He means that's their straight up record, 17-3, 17 out of 20 is what he's saying there. So I hope I didn't miss anybody. Ron's not touching it. So, all right. Mindy's going to be on Orlando. I'm going to be on the under in this one. Yeah, I just want to make sure. I don't mind the play actually, Mindy, there with Orlando. Like I said, I think sometimes this spread might be getting a little bit too high right now with some of these Warrior games. And even though Orlando has been, pretty poor, I agree. I like Orlando as well. Prefer them though at home. I mean, they've only won 4 out of 17 road games and they're under 500 against the spread on the road. So, but pretty good underdog, 19-13-1 for Orlando. And I'll be on the under here. All right.
Sounds good.
All right, one more in the NBA. And it's with the Lakers. And last night they really did a number on the Hawks. The Hawks are definitely something not going well with the Hawks right now. If the Lakers can kind of blast you like they did, even when the Hawks got within single digits, the Lakers kind of went off on them again late. Bryant looked good, and of course LeBron was looking great. So great job by the Lakers, but they're not too swift on back-to-backs. You see this line, how high it is. In fact, it's now up to 9, but the total's down to 241.5. It has been steamed, no doubt, to the under. Widely reported steam on the under here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind Curtis's play there on the under as well, but I feel like I can't, I can't fade the Lakers right now. I feel like a team that's won 4 in a row, scoring 130. I feel like I kind of got to go with them here today, especially getting almost double digits on this. I mean, 8.5. I just think it's too much. I mean, I like the Kings, right? But I just don't know if I can take the Kings by almost double digits in this one, the way the Lakers have been playing.
Toxic Devil on the Lakers. Curtis, this is an underplay, I'm pretty sure, from him.
Yeah.
Ron on the Lakers plus the points. Mad Bull looks like he says, I think he's saying he can't figure out the Lakers at this point.
They are hard to figure
hard
out.
on the Lakers. Blake, he's likes the Lakers plus the points. I'm going to point this out. And here's the thing, right? We all agree the Lakers are, improved, right? They're, getting these points. I don't even know if improved is the right word. They're winning when they're supposed to win. And I don't want to say I've zeroed in on this Lakers situation, but look at the spread, right? I think everyone agrees here that the Lakers are playing a little bit better, right? Even on the road, right? When LeBron went on that trip. But it seems to me like in the games where the Lakers seemingly have a chance, that's when LeBron is in. This is the back-to-back.
Right.
The Lakers are big underdogs here to the Kings. This might be a game. There's no indication. He's not even on the injured list. It doesn't say questionable with rest. It looks like he may be in a position where he's going to start playing, back-to-back here and there.
Right.
There's not a lot in the season, but I'm just saying watch out. I mean, he might not play this. There's no indication. I've not seen anybody speculate this, but you know how it is on a Saturday, everybody.
Sure.
When it comes. Our numbers gang, good to see you. Glad to see you stop by. So Mindy's on the Lakers, and you see kind of what I'm not gonna be with any. You guys are all on the Lakers.
I'm not gonna be with anyone.
I'm not gonna be with anyone, and I might end up being on the. I want to be on the Kings before LeBron's out and it goes to 11.
Right.
So Mad Bull says, It could be. And hey, other news. I don't know. This was more lively speculation. I don't think it was I don't think it's out of the question at all that DeMarcus Cousins could be coming to the Lakers to join them. So. I don't know, good or bad, right? It doesn't matter. The Lakers got some of the worst chemistry. I know DeMarcus is a chemistry killer, but oh, I don't know. Aini Evan is here for the first time, and I don't know if you've ended up on the wrong show, but thank you for that
Yeah, you
comment.
might be asking the wrong folks. No philosophy lesson from us.
Yeah, Ron, no, AD ain't going anywhere at this point. Neither is LeBron. So, anyways, do you want to spend any time on answering that question?
No, that's what I said. I am not, I'm an accounting major. I never majored in philosophy. I am unsure what the meaning of life, may be. I just try to enjoy every day. I always have a positive outlook on life. So I mean, for me, that's what it's all about, right? Enjoying time while you're here. That's how I see it.
Okay, well, I just had to, we want to respect
Yeah.
everyone's contributions in the chat. And, the thing Tony told us, our show is about a little bit more conversation, right? And here's the meaning of life. We're here on a gambling show, previewing sports betting. I live and breathe this stuff. Mindy makes fun of me because I'm watching tennis in the middle of the night. I'm watching Chinese basketball. To me, that is the meaning of life. I always thought, when I got caught up in other situations, even sometimes, look, we all enjoy our friendships, and I love a great time, love going out, hanging out, all that stuff. If I'm having a good time, but if I'm not having a good time and there's some game on TV and I'm going to listen to, I'm like, I'm never doing this again. I'm never doing this again with a bunch of games on. So Snickers is the meaning of life. Numbers gang shall taketh the spread. Mad Bull starts. Here's the thing, right? I mean, I think that channel that's showing, I don't want to mention it, but it's it's usually a horse racing channel, but they were purchased by one of the major sports books, and now they show a bunch of pretty good basketball games from many leagues from around the world, and they're good leagues. They're fun. So maybe that's a little bit crazy to do a lot of betting on it, but I don't know. Maybe
I like how toxic.
Hey.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but it
Yeah.
just kind of hit me that Snoop was on Sports Center, and they were trying to narrow him down on who he's going to take for college national championship, and he's like,
Oh.
"Well, I want to take the Dogs," and then he's like, "So you want?" So he's like, "So you want TCU because they're the underdog?" He was like, "What? No." He's
The
like,
Georgia Dogs.
yeah. I was cracking up, and so he tried to dodge that real bad. It was pretty funny though, watching him squirm a little bit.
Well, yeah.
was
Hey, you got to be a Snoop fan, right? I mean, I get caught up reading too much Facebook posts, and one of them came right. What was it? Was a Family Feud, and something was like, name something you do after smoking marijuana. He beeped up, beeps in way before the other guy. Name something you do after smoking marijuana. And then everybody just looks and Snoop smiles. Okay. Anyways, Minnie, I better make my pick here.
I
And
suppose.
look, this total has gone down considerably here, but I don't think that is going to be. Man, I feel like it's gone too far. I really think the Kings can put up a huge number here tonight. I feel like it's going to be, if we end up in that situation with LeBron, if LeBron doesn't play, we saw some ridiculous numbers lately with some of when the big star, like 150 to 114 or something like that, crazy. So I'm going to be on the over here tonight at 241.5. This one, I guess it could go lower if it's already dropped, 2.5 or 3 points. So yeah. Mad Bull says that total was already that total wild actually over Kings on okay. Yeah. Okay, that's the NBA for tonight. Let's get rolling. We spent a lot of time, a lot of talking about
Yeah, that was a lot for
what to
like
be talking about on
5
a
games.
Sunday. Let's go to college basketball. Let's get the college
Ah.
basketball sheets
Hey, we're up
out.
to 50. We're up to 50.
A million games. We're going to preview 27 of them right now. Actually, no, it's I think what 8 or 9 games. An eclectic mix of games, certainly here with Mindy. And so you may have your rotation, or you may we're gonna basically not have anything covered in the afternoon. We want to give our videos a little shelf life, but let's go to 4 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Central, 1 Pacific, and open up with Bonaventure and St. Louis here, Mindy. And I'm showing St. Louis here, a favorite in this one.
Oh yeah, I mean, Bonaventure here, they're 0-4 on the road, 5-5 against the spread the last 10 here. St. Louis, nice home record, 7-2. I mean that's overall 4-4 at home, but only 3-6 against the spread here. The Bonnies here 5-2 over their last 7. They're playing pretty well. They're on a 2-game win streak. Billikens 1-5 in the last 6 against the spread. It's one of those things that St. Louis, I think, just kind of struggles a little bit defensively. They give up 74 points a game compared to only 66 here. I'm going to take the Bonnies. I'll take some points here today.
All right. Hope we get some comments from the chat. I know it's a lot of games to cover, so maybe you haven't researched all the games, but Mindy, I'm probably going to be with you in this one with Bonaventure. I would think. I think this number just getting a little bit too high. Bonaventure shown to be a pretty decent cover so far this year, no doubt about it. Let me see. Oh boy. I want to pivot here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
It must be on Ramon's other card.
Well, I'm looking at my notes too here. Let me see if there's any Bonnie's plus the points here in that one. So, yeah, boy, this one's a little bit tough now. Man,
We need more
I'm
chatters. You got to convince Ramon, like right now, like hurry.
yeah, maybe I want a little help on the comments here. So I'm having some conflicting information on this one, definitely. So originally, I wanted to agree with you, Mindy.
I
In this one,
know.
I don't want to take a pass here necessarily. Get a little hot under the collar here. No one wants to come in with help.
Ramon, sweat along with Ramon.
That's bringing a new meaning to sweat along with Ramon here on this one. So, gosh, Bonaventure though now up to 8.5. Let me see. Let me look at the steam here. See if it was on some steam or if it's just been a gradual move. This is game number 709 and 710. Got more comments coming in. Give everyone a chance to keep up, but
When in doubt, take the points.
well, I mean that's always a first look for me. Definitely when it comes down to something like that. Not widely reported steam, just kind of a gradual push here in this one. So, man, just not so sure. I'm going to be on the over in this
All
one,
right.
Mindy, in Bonaventure and St. Louis. 141. St. Louis has been a pretty solid over. 8-3-1 as a favorite. Bonaventure's gone under as an underdog, but overall, St. Louis 6-3 to the over at home, 8-5-1 to the over. Overall, Bonaventure kind of flatlines it a little bit when it comes to the total. So, all right, I've made my choice, and it's going to be on the over.
All right. And we hit 60, by the way.
Right.
A minute ago, and then it went down to 58. So we're losing viewers.
All right, well, everybody turn on a second device so we can. I get it, Scotch. We're trying to mix it up a little bit. We want to try. Mindy and I are going to try to, get around maybe to get, previewing every team this season once or twice. So we, when we get to tournament time, we got a little bit of a feel for them. I look at every game. I mean, I'll be
right.
I plan on having packages all day long. Maybe it's kind of funny. I kind of
That's
get
kind of how I feel, right?
cold feet a little bit. I kind of start out with the card a little bit while I'm handicapping. It's just so many games. A lot of people just pick a few games and handicap those. I try to look at every single game if I can and make sure I'm not missing anything because it's
I
just
mean, 146 games is a bunch today. A bunch.
all right. Hey, I'm gonna flash up all of Jose Sierra's picks
I just
here.
took a screenshot real quick. I went flash.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Okay, but yeah, I won't even go over them necessarily, but you see them there. I'll read them. Morehead State minus the points, UTSA plus, Mississippi State minus, Georgia
Like
plus,
Georgia.
Weber plus, Texas State minus, Texas Tech minus, Sam Houston minus, Utah minus, VCU minus, Greensboro minus, and Martin minus. It's a lot of points we're laying. Careful, careful. But we appreciate you so much bringing us some plays there as well. Mindy does look at all your plays. I think she pretty much writes almost everyone down
Do.
as well. So
Can't let you guys get away with,
and we got
an extra point on me.
don't forget we got something big planned for this too, so that we can have all of your plays tracked
Right.
together as a
So
group.
awesome. I know we got lots of work yet to do on the website. Have some more marketing Tony wants to do, and then I think he's looking at that. It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait.
Here's a nice game here with Murray State and Drake. And this is game 751, 752. So I'm showing right now Drake is now 9.5, total 135.5.
Yeah, I like Murray State here. Murray State, they're nothing great. Like they're not going to come out here and just, trounce Drake or anything like that. Because we know they're 2-4 on the road, only 3-7 against the spread in the last 10. But Murray State is off of, a nice win. Drake, though, I mean, geez, at home, they're 7-0. But look at this spread record, Ramon. I mean, they're 1-8, 1-5 in the last 6 home games. Drake, they are losers of 2 in a row here. I'm going to take Murray State in this one.
How dare you, Mindy?
I know.
Fade your Bulldogs up there. How far are you from Drake?
Like 2.5 hours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you have to remember, I'm like right next to Omaha. So I'm like right on the border, literally the Missouri River,
Sure.
Close. And so they're like Des Moines-ish area. So that's why they're like 2.5 hours.
Okay, numbers gang. I'd like to know more about that, where I could see his pick. Is that does you have your own site, numbers gang?
All of my picks on all sites. What does that
maybe you mean, I don't know. Does that mean like if I went on like the Action app, could I see your picks, or I don't want to say any of the sites too much. So Blake is here. Murray, he's on Murray and the points. I know Drake's been terrible against the spread, Mindy, but man, this does seem kind of crazy that they're still favored by that. Drake is still favored by such a wide margin. I mean, we know that they're having a pretty great season. They undefeated at home so far, and now the spread's kind of gone up. So, but for me, I'm going to I'll just take the under. I'm a little bit scared laying those points. I mean, I kind of agree with you, but awesome numbers. Hey, all right, let me write that down. I want to fade. So I can follow Numbers Gang on Twitter. I want to do that. So don't forget our handles as well on there. And again, we do have the Tony's picks where you get just the picks, but Mindy and I also have on some other. There's my other handle. You can follow me there. So, okay, Mindy, I'll be on the under in this one. Drake 5-10 to the under this season, 2-6 to the under at home. Both teams are 3-7 to the under in the last 10, and I'm going to go under in this one. Looks like I'm getting a little bit of extra half a point there for now. We'll see if it goes up anymore. Tony Livernessi is here today, so welcome. And looks like that means he's got Texas Tech here. So, all right. Oh, Blake's on Murray.
Yep. Home run.
Awesome. All right. Yeah, I'll find you, Numbers Gang. Maybe I'm already. I don't know. Maybe I did already follow. I'm not sure, but I'll check that out. I want to get with you there on that. Follow. I want to follow you. Okay, Mindy, let's keep going here with
Ramon
Kansas.
handicaps the handicappers.
That's what I do.
I
That's
know.
what I do. That's what the great Billy Walters says. Everybody wonders how Billy. Yes, he was a member of the computer gang, but remember in that famous 60 Minutes interview, he said he handicaps the handicappers. That's kind of the way I kind of that's part of my handicap a little bit. So no secrets. I don't mind talking.
Ramon knows what I'm going to pick before I pick it.
Now that would be cool. All right, K-State and Baylor here, Mindy, in this one. Going out to the Big 12 and Baylor 6.5, 146.5. This one's gone down.
Man, I don't know, Ramon. I mean, I have Kansas State just winning this one outright. 82-79 by like 3 in a big points game there. I mean, both of these teams have I don't know, not much defense, perhaps. Pretty good offense. K-State 2-1 on the road, 6-4 against the spread in the last 10. Just put up that 116 versus Texas. Baylor 7-1 at home, 4-6 against the spread. But Baylor here, geez, just drop that last one there to TCU. It's also one that Baylor normally wins this game. That's the only thing that kind of bothers me in this series. They've kind of dominated it. But if I take a look back at some of those scores, I mean, this really hasn't been by much. I'm looking at 5 points, 7 points here and there, that sort of thing. My modeling has K-State winning this. I'm going to go ahead and go along with that computer pick here for me today. I'll take Kansas State.
I'll be on Kansas State with you. I like what you were also saying about the scoring points with these two teams, certainly, especially K-State. Right now, looks like we're all on K-State. This is an absolute consensus play with you, with me, with the chat. So yeah, I mean, no doubt. I mean, 13-1, right? Kansas State is that team at this point. That surprise team, one of those definitely. Toxic Devil said Kansas. I don't know if he was, thinking of the other game or if he meant Kansas State, but there it is. There it is. He did say it. Okay. Yep. Like Kansas State as well. Latifa says, I've got Kansas State, and I don't pick a lot of basketball games. So this is a consensus play. Almost too good to be true with everybody on this one. Mad Bull's found his lock. We're all on it. All right, we better win this one. We're on Kansas State here for sure. This is a consensus of all consensus.
We finally got one, right?
I don't know if we've ever had a consensus that big.
That's pretty good. Put your asterisks by that one. I'll mark it right now.
Well, here comes KU next on our preview, so that's why I was asking. But Toxic Devil cleared his statement up. Good to see Rick here today as well. Here comes Kansas going into Morgantown. They're a favorite. They're favored here by 2. The total's 143.
Got a couple hot teams here, but the favorite is 5-0 in the last 5 games here between these two teams. Kansas 2-0 on the road, 5-5 against the spread. They had that really nice win over, Texas Tech that we talked about, like a week ago here, I think now. But West Virginia, 7-0 at home, but again, only 4-6 against the spread. And then they're the ones that are coming off the losses versus K-State. Oklahoma Mountaineers 0-4 in their last 4. I think I got to take Kansas here today.
Mindy, say hello to iBach Excel, I believe, joining us in the chat for the first time. Hopefully you've been with us before. If not, we're giving out free sports picks. Good to see you. iBach Excel, we invite you to offer your plays up for your picks. If you're a gambler, if you're just watching us, to find out the meaning of life, we might give you that here as well.
Oh, funny.
Mad Bull. All right, your butterscotch is on Kansas here. In this one, Mindy, you said Kansas, right?
I said Kansas.
Yeah, we're going to go against Coach Bob here. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it here in this one. I mean, I was thinking Coach Bob, so maybe I better take a look and see what I was giving out with the total here because that might be the direction I end up having to go here in this one. And I'll tell you right now, I'm just going to be on the under in this one. I can't go with you in Coach Bob. Look, these teams are definitely going over of late. Ibrahim Dahabi's here today. Good to see him as well. No doubt these two teams are going over, but when I see this number now going up to 143, I'm going to end up going under here in this one with these two teams. I can't give you any of my trends or anything of that. Here's Toxic Devil. He's on with Kansas. So it looks like I'm kind of against you guys on the side. So I'm not gonna buck you here on the show. All you guys are gonna want to take Kansas here. I'm kind of leaning West Virginia, but I will go on the under, and that's going to be, certainly bucking the trends of these two teams. You mentioned it, Mindy. These teams are all about the over right now, no doubt about it. So just will mention, however, that in this game, the Steam came in on the over as well. It was as low as 141.5. So if anything, I'm getting a little bit of value here. I've got the under.
Sure.
Mindy has Kansas, Rock, Chalk. Looks like Ibrahim talking about the Cavs trash, and we're not going to be. This is West Virginia, though. I know you know that, but make sure. All right. Let's go out to the Mountain West with Utah State and Boise State here. Mindy, I'm showing right now Boise is 1.5, 138.5, just like it says.
But I really like Utah State here in this one, Ramon. Road team again, 11-5 in the last 16 meetings. Utah State 3-0 on the road. I'll take that all day. Also 6-3 against the spread. I mean, Boise State, they're no slouches either. They play well at home also, 6-1, 5-3 against the spread. But I like that 3-0 on the road. I'm going to take Utah State.
No, well, I mean, being a San Diego State fan, I watch a lot of Mountain West games, almost always. Never going to miss a Mountain West game, especially with two decent clubs like this. Both teams already in double-digit wins, but Boise at home. You talked about. I mean, they're kind of tough right now with the 6-1 record straight up at home. But I'll end up going on the over in this game just because the way Utah State kind of plays right now. Boise State's been an under team for sure, but I think in a game of this high quality, I'm going to look to go over this one at 138.5. That's going to be my free play here. Sharps are definitely on the over. I don't know if it's been officially kind of steamy. No, not necessarily, but I feel like the Sharps are going to be on the over in this one. And let's see anymore. Utah State to dominate, says Scotch, in all offensive categories. That's the way I feel. That's the way I feel about the game as far as tempo is concerned. I think Utah State, they played at Utah State's tempo, but I'm just not sure that they can get the win. I'm going to go over, though, in this one. And Mindy's on Utah State plus 1.5. All right, Appalachian State going to go play Madison here in this one. So a nice selection here, Mindy, I think. Let's take a look. And Madison, pretty big favorite. They're 11, total 137.5.
Yeah, I mean, App State 2-4 on the road, 4-4 against the spread. James Madison 5-1 at home. Look at this, 7-2 against the spread. Ramon, I mean, the home team in this one is 4-0 in the last 4. And if I take a look at Appalachian State, I mean, they've only been, a double-digit underdog once this season, but they did lose that. I'm going to take James Madison here, minus 11.
All right, Mindy's going to be on Madison, minus the points here.
I've won a lot with them this year.
Yeah, well, that's just the thing, right? I mean,
yeah.
When I look at a game like this, and you think about it, Appy's been, okay, but Madison, they might actually be a little bit underrated at this point. But I think the bookmakers kind of have it right. I mean, look, Madison, they're 11-5, they're 5-1 at home, straight up. Against the spread, Appalachian State's definitely covered a few numbers as a dog on the road, but Madison's definitely been covering some numbers too. And I think you're right on with this one. It is a little bit uncomfortable laying these double digits here, but to me, Madison is underrated still at this point. Maybe today's the day. I'm going to roll with you here, Mindy. Let's lay 11 points with James Madison here. Mad Bull, though, I think he's going to be on Appalachian State, kind of going against us here. But I like it. I'm willing to lay 11 points with you here in this one against Appalachian State. Let's take Madison to continue this role that they're on. I say roll at home. Home they're much better. For sure.
Right.
They've definitely lost a few games on the road. Okay, good ball game here in the SEC with Arkansas going up against Auburn. Right now, I'm showing Auburn a 2-point favorite, total 140.5.
Wow, Ramon, this one's going to be awesome. I can't wait for this game. But I think I like Arkansas here today. They're 0-1 on the road. I know 5-5 in their last 10 against the spread. But if I look at their last 5 overall, they are 5-1 and 9-2 in the last 11 here as well. So Auburn, on the other hand, they're 8-0 at home. So we know they're, a great home team, but their record against the spread, not so hot, only 3-7. It's one of those, I like Auburn. I just think they give up too many points usually, especially to those opposing guards. Arkansas can really shoot the ball here. Auburn also 1-5 in their last 6. So kind of going the opposite way here against the spread. I'll take Arkansas.
All right, Mindy's going to be on Arkansas here on the road, getting a couple of points, almost just to win it, basically. So, hey, Mindy, say hello to Teasing Try coming at us for the first time. So nice to see you. He was wondering about, I don't know if it's a setup, but he was wondering about the Florida-Georgia line. We're not covering that. I had to go there. We're not covering that game. Also, say hello, Mindy, to Danny Candler joining us. No wonder we're getting close to our record number of live viewers here hanging out right there at 61. And thank you so much, everybody, and welcome to Danny Candler. Not only is he making his first appearances I can remember in the chat, but he's also given us the over in this game. So thank you very much to Danny.
Yeah, I had Georgia in that one. I don't know what the deal is with that 7.5. You got any ideas?
Well, I don't know. I think you see a lot of these Saturday games with some bigger lines certainly, but I don't know. I want to give it away, but that one might be making the card later. So
all right.
But yeah, I do see Auburn on a bounce back spot here. Joe Jiggy says, Scott says Arkansas better offensive and defensive rating. He wants Arkansas as well, but Toxic Devil says give me Auburn. And as might be expected in a game like this, I think we're definitely seeing some discrepancy, but I will say that I'm probably on with Toxic Devil here. I'm probably on with Joe Jiggy, maybe looking to go against you a little bit, I would think, in this one. But for me, I'm going to, the totals got me kind of confounding too. I'm going to, you know what, Mindy? I'm going to go against you. I'm going to go with Auburn. We're going to have a challenge. I'm going to do it. I got to, start taking one or two here anyway. That also indicates that maybe the total's making. When you see me going against Mindy, because I always want to look at my opinion on the other side, so that we give you guys 2 picks on our show of every game we preview. If you see me go against Mindy, probably going to be, that means I've got a premium on the total or side. And my only option really is to give, I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to just agree with Mindy to agree. And I'm going to be on Auburn. And again, I think in the chat it shows got some half Auburn, half Arkansas. A very close game, no doubt about it. So you look at Auburn. Hey, they're not getting numbers, no doubt about it. I mean, they've covered just 3 out of their last 10. They're 5-9 as a favorite. Arkansas is nothing special against the spread, but they're pretty much just a 500 spread team. We know both teams are doing great. Mindy mentioned it. Auburn 11-3 straight up. 8-0 at home. Just one true road game so far for Arkansas. So, all right. Let's continue. Good to see. And again, thank you again to Danny Candler and TZ Try. Sounds like you guys. Thanks for joining us. All right. Arna says give out the time slots. I will try to do that. I will try to do that. We're covering so many. I guess I.
Yeah, it starts at 4. Well, 4. It would be like Central Time for me.
Yeah, Arkansas and Auburn. Anywhere you want?
No, Bonaventure is what I'm saying. Like where we started at, it was like 4 p.m. my time, and then like this goes through like 7 p.m. for like Kansas State, and then I think we're looking at 8 or 8:30 here for these games, and that would be Central Time. So, but yeah. Sorry, I don't have the times right in front of me.
Well, yeah, and look, it's a request. I mean, I want to fulfill this request, so I mean, I feel compelled.
Okay.
The thing is, I mean, that we got so much information in a long show, and I apologize, but it's reasonable. Okay, Bonaventure and St. Louis,
You got it.
4 Eastern, 3
Okay.
Central, 1 Pacific. Murray State and Drake, 6 Eastern, 5 Central, 3 Pacific. Kansas State and Baylor, also Kansas and West Virginia, 6 Eastern, 5 Central, 3 Pacific, as is Murray. Utah State and Boise, a half hour later, 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central, 3:30 Pacific. Appalachian State and Madison, 8 Eastern, 7 Central, 5 Pacific. Arkansas and Auburn, 8:30 Eastern, 7 Central, 5:30 Pacific.
And then the last one.
Yeah, and let's get right into the pull it up on screen. It's Utah, New Mexico, 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central, 6:30 Pacific. New Mexico in this one is favored currently by 5.5, total 149.5.
Yeah, the Fighting Jamal Mashburn Juniors. But yeah, I mean, I was on New Mexico last time out when they lost to Fresno State, so I'm still mad at them about that. So I kind of like I want to take UNLV here in this one. It's just one of those, like, I only have New Mexico here winning this one by about a bucket. UNLV 1-1 on the road, 6-3 against the spread the last 10 here. They've been on a lot of rest, like 7 days here. UNLV now has forced like 20 turnovers in 9 of its 14 games. We know those turnovers lead to points here. I just feel like, New Mexico, they've been kind of weak versus, the ATS spread, even though they're 10 at home, 10-0 at home, 5-0 against the spread here. I'm going to take this UNLV team and hope they keep it close here, plus 5.5.
Okay, it's reasonable. I've got my number's so close to this, and the fact that it opened a little bit lower. Certainly, the move. You see, we already got 2 people on the over. That's where I'm going to be. I've got this one as a. This one probably would have been a premium, but I'm going to give it out right here. Danny Candler, I think he's on the over as well. I've got this one. My models are over. These teams play over. I think it's a massive over, actually. I mean, 149.5. Both, high 70s. I expect both teams high 70s here for sure in this one. And let's take the over. Mindy's going to be on UNLV. I'm on the over. Teams are combined 18-9 to the over this year. New Mexico 7-2 to the over at home. So let's go. I'm gonna go over in this one. Mindy's on the Rebels plus 5.5. That's college basketball. Thank you very much, everyone, for a great contribution. Let's get Latifah in here. Hopefully she's still awake.
Get her wine. She was, getting her after dinner drinks.
Okay. All right. Nice. Here comes Mad Bull. He knows the hockey picks have been pretty good. And you guys have helped us out big time in that. So let's get started on hockey. Try to get this show moving a little bit. We're going to start with the Rangers and the Devils. There have only been a couple of confirmed goalies, so not in this game, but this would be a good goalie matchup. Here I'm showing right now. Let's just roll with it, Mindy. The Devils, the favorite here against the Rangers. I'll update as you give your preview.
Well, I'm going to take Latifah's Devils in this one. They're scoring 3.5 points a game here over the last 5. The Devils are 9-3 in the last 12 between these two here as well. I have it like just by a smidge. I'll take the Devils in this one.
All right, Mindy, you'll take New Jersey at home. They're about $1.25 now, so it's gone down a little bit from this number, but I think it opened actually a little bit lower. So the total definitely about 6 under 15. Looks like Danny's been around here a little bit. He knows what's going on. I don't know. I think Mad Bull might be onto something here. Rangers still red hot, no doubt about it. I'm not going to necessarily be on with the Devils with you guys, but Latifa is on the Devils here. So I don't know. I was feeling it. Oh, Curtis Mann, Rangers here, Toxic Devil Rangers. So there's Betman. We know who that is.
Right. Alias.
How many burners do you have, RC? O says Devils get back on track here. Mad Bull's got an eye on those Devils. So RC's giving out his football action there. Good to have you here with those picks. Scotch on the Rangers. So looks like a mixed bag, Mindy, as far as the chat's concerned here. So I don't know. I'm not probably going to be on the Devils, but tell you where I will be. I'm be on the over in this game. That's where I'm going with this one. I'll be going over here with these two teams. They are solid unders, no doubt about it. But I think this is going to be a great game, and I think at 6 I can get involved with an over here. I feel like the Sharps are probably going to prefer the over, and I want to be with them in a game like this tonight. There's been no, true reported steam anyway in this one, so got a lot of burners. So yeah, I think Latifa's looking forward to this one. She's with me though on the over here. So Mad Bull's kind of up and down, I think, here. He likes the Devils, but not sure when he the Rangers are hot. So, yeah, I'm definitely contrarian here. Tony is on the Rangers here. I definitely think I'm contrarian here. And again, I've admitted getting burned trying to take a few of these Rangers games over, especially of late. They've gone 3-7 to the under. Devils are 10-5 to the under as a favorite. So both teams considerably under, 31 and 44 to the under combined this year. So I've got this one as being a thriller. I've got it going over tonight, Rangers and Devils. Mindy's on the Devils. All right. We've got the Hurricanes, a huge favorite here. This line is not even close. It's up to 335, 6.5 under 25.
It's not because the Blue Jackets are ranked 30th in scoring, is it, Ramon? I'm going to go ahead, though, and take the under. 5-1 in Blue Jackets last 6 on 1 day's rest, under 20-6 in the last 26 between these two here as well. I'm going to go under, even though I do like the Blue Jackets ice hockey arena. Just saying.
Hey, Mad Bull likes the Blue Jackets. Here's the thing. I mean, there's no value. There's no value in the Hurricanes. That's for sure. This has been, a massive run.
But I don't think with the Blue Jackets you were getting plus money on the puck line either, right?
Plus 105 maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What the heck?
Yeah. No, the line's kind of gone a little bit too high, maybe here, but I don't know about the Hurricanes being rattled necessarily. Toxic Devil Hurricanes here. So look, the Hurricanes are, playing good, very, very good, very strong right now. Butterscotch says he'll just lay the puck line with them. Columbus, they're terrible right now, right? So plus 1.5 at plus 105. It's tough to pass up, but I can't do it. It's a free play on the show. I'm going to lay the puck line here with Carolina minus $1.25. Seems pretty reasonable for a minus 335 favorite in this one. So Curtis, Carolina puck line as well. Orlando, he says he's on the Jackets here in this one. So
That's what I said. I wish
Yeah,
I could get plus money on that plus 1.5. Like it should be getting real close to that.
yeah, and I get it, Orlando, but also Kochkov has also been pretty damn strong. He's been awesome. Arguably better statistics, but I'm going to take the Hurricanes here on that puck line. Mad Bull says he's not liking it. I don't know, minus $1.25. So,
Yeah. I mean, either way, right?
all right, Mindy's on the under. You said, Mindy?
Correct. Under 6.
Yep. Yeah, and that under 6 definitely going to be at a pretty good price, I would say, when if you take it under 6. I know I'm listing at 6.5, but you definitely can get an under 6. Orlando, always good to
Oh, I
see
didn't
you.
know it was at 6.5 there. So I
Derivatives.
had it at 6.
Let me
Okay.
see in general. Let me see what I can. Yeah, a lot of.
Well, I like it even better at 6.
Well, let me tell you, the biggest online sports book in the United States has it at 6/25. So you're going to get a plus money there to go under the 6. But you prefer laying price with a 6.5.
I do, yes. I always like to give myself more ways to win if possible.
Oh, no doubt about it. I mean,
Yeah. So, like, it's one of those things like, you see it sometimes where, you could take a plus 100 here and a minus,
oh,
115. I'll still usually take pay a little bit more juice, give myself more
I
chance.
actually, in betting these hockey, when I bet the hockey totals, I mean, I bet on a book that I'll actually, take every single. So if the line is like 6 and I want to go over, I'll actually uh, put the spread my unit on each. I'll take a little bit higher, and I kind of like do percentage wise. So if I want to
Okay.
go over 6, I'll have my smallest percentage over 6.5, then a little bit bigger percentage over 6, a little bit bigger percentage over 5.5, and maybe even down to 5 goals. And that way you kind of can build it up as you go along. So that's the way
Okay.
I like to play hockey totals because we know every game lands for the
Right
most
there.
part. Yeah, 5, 6, or 7 goals. Yeah, there's there's 2-1s, there's 3-1s, there's 5-3s, there's 4-3s. You guys know how it goes, but again, giving yourself more chances to win. That's the way I like to look at it. So, okay. Next up, Wild is going to be up against the Sabres. Hey, it's a nice game with the Wild and the Sabres. I'm showing the Wild a slight favorite on the road, $1.15, maybe $1.10 at the discount shops, and the total here is 6.5 over 15.
Yeah, I'm still going to be on, the Wild here. They are 9-2 in the last 11. Winners of 2 straight, scoring 5 goals plus in those 2 games here. Also have, the third ranked defense, only allowing 102 goals this season. I'll take the Wild here.
All right, Mindy's on the Wild, on the road. Both teams playing well, obviously, right now. Buffalo's made a great comeback to their season, really. Here, Toxic Devil's going to be against you here. And, well, I'm going to give out a freemium here, I think, in this one. Yep, the premium here. It's going to be on the under in this game. Look, I know that Buffalo's been scoring. They've had some pretty high scores, but if you look at the last 10, they're only 3-6-1 to the under in those last 10 games. And Minnesota does play a pretty solid defensive game. So I'm going to go under, especially if we're looking at this total right now at 6.5 over. I want to be under in this game. So
Yep. I like the under too. Yep.
Scotch is on the Sabres here as well. So looks like they're against you in the chat a little bit,
It
Mindy.
happens.
And I'm going with a total, so I think maybe I'm with the chat a little bit. But both teams playing well right now, and this is the underrated good game of the night, I would say. Mindy's on the Wild, I'm on the under. Okay, and here come the Kraken. They're back. I don't know if they ever went anywhere. Maybe we were thrown off by those couple of clunkers that they threw in, but all of a sudden, here comes one of the best Out of the teams that are the surprise teams, if you will, these guys play well on the road. So the Kraken here, though, they are it's basically a pick 'em most places and 6/20.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be a good game, but I'm really not anticipating the scores like we've been seeing out of this, Kraken team here tonight. It's one of those I kind of tend to tip to, the Senators here a little bit. But I'm going to take the under here. It's 6-0 Senators last six, and then 10-2-3 Kraken last 15. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the under here.
Okay, Mindy will be on the under with Seattle and Ottawa in another nice game, I would say. I mean, look, Ottawa, they're having another they're having a good season. I mean, like I said, where are the losing teams? I'm with Blake. Here comes Kraken. Lots of Kraken action. Maybe Capper RC is on the Kraken here. It looks like, or he's just using that famous phrase. I don't know if that means back in the Kraken. I'm back in the Kraken with Blake. And who said if it rhymes? What was that chatter?
If it rhymes, it's you need to check it out or something. I don't remember.
Matt D's here. Good to see Matt. It says looks like an under day. So you know what to do, Matt. If it's looking like an under day in hockey, you got to take that grand salami and go under. Toxic Devil here looks like he's on the Kraken. Butterscotch is on the Kraken. A lot of people are on.
Oh my goodness! Again, Mindy would be like, "I'm leaning the Senators and my team," and everyone's like, "I love the Kraken." Oh my goodness!
I'm on the Kraken. Kraken.
All right, go Kraken.
Maybe, all right. Check the lines. That's what it was. If it rhymes, check the lines. That was Mad Bull's rhyme. We don't need Batman to give out all the rhymes here. If it's full of dimes, I might freestyle my picks. All right, Mindy is on the under, and I'm on the Kraken. Here come the Blues and the Canadians. This is not a good game, but man, this looks like a cheap price. Blues 155, 6.5 over 15. The Canadians are terrible.
I think it might be a good game, Ramon. You never know.
Maybe I'm just too much of a Canadians fan.
I'm going to take the over. I think it's going to be an exciting game. I'm looking for lots of goals here in this one versus the Blues and the Canadians. I know the Canadians have lost I don't know, like 7 in a row, something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to take the over.
I'm with you, Mindy. But I think the Blues are going to score a ton of goals in this game. We know the Blues have been a massive over. They actually finally went under. But the Canadians, they've gone under in many of, like 8 of their last 10. But that's only because the other team scores all the goals. So, anyways, let's see. Looks like Toxic Devil's over in this game as well. It's going to be all about St. Louis in this one. I'll go over with you, Mindy. We don't have a consensus yet, so we better have one here. I'll go over. I like St. Louis to roll, everybody. St. Louis might not make my premium card. I don't want to say we could, there's no such thing as, pumping up your units or anything like that. I mean, it's just hard to, I want to be respectful of anyone that purchases my premium packages. I don't want to give out a bunch of huge favorites. Maybe I'll have to include St. Louis, though, because if not, I like St. Louis. Mad Bull's waiting for a Canadians a spot. Yeah, they might see a great player that they can get that everybody's talking about, right? So Orlando says check out maybe it's a prop situation here. Ibach Excel, great to have you again, laughing at what we're saying. Great, you guys.
Yeah, and want to say hi to Mario White. He's in there as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he said finally catching the show live. So must have been hitting the videos there. Love the show. Love you guys.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Thank you, Mindy. I missed that. Mario, yeah. Thank you.
Well, we had lots of comments there all in a row that came in.
Thanks. All right. Butterscotch St. Louis puck line. Oh, that's maybe where I should go with that because it's a plus $1.60. Butterscotch, you might give me my premium there, plus $1.60. Maybe the Canadians show up today, but I mean, I don't know, man. They're playing terrible right now, and the Blues have been pretty darn decent of late, no doubt about it. 6-2-2 over the last 10. So, all right, that's our pick on that one. Let's go with the Red Wings here, going up against the Maple Leafs. In this one, I'm showing the Leafs 330 or so. The total is about 6.5 down. It's moving to about 6.5 flat. So I'd say it's moving a lower.
Give me those Red Wings on the puck line today. 10-7 on the road. Maple Leafs 6-14 on the puck line. I'm gonna take those Red Wings here today. You know, Maple Leafs, they've lost 2 straight now. I think I got a good chance here at this one.
All right, Mindy wants the Red Wings on the puck line in this one. I don't know. It seems like this one's gone so high. I mean, I might have to agree with you because of the run on the bank here with Toronto in this one. Agent G, 1991. He says,
All
"Good
the way
day
from
from."
Australia.
Hey, how about that, Agent G? I was just talking about. Hopefully, I don't know if you were with us, but I watched the game last night with Melbourne United, and Tasmania Jack Jumpers. So I
My
watched.
favorite Australian, I guess, let's just say, I don't know, comment. When I was playing some softball back in the day, we traveled out, you know, to California. And when I was in high school for Team Nebraska, and we were at Disneyland standing in line waiting for rides. And this guy came up to us. He's like, I won the championship for eating 25 steak sandwiches and the world's biggest barbecue in Australia. That's what he said. So still love that. I'm like, you're my favorite Australian ever. So we brought that up all the time. I know, random story, but still makes me laugh.
No, and there he is, listing his favorite teams there as well. So that's another one of those leagues they show on that channel. So I like that. I like watching the Australian League, but we're getting a lot of support for Toronto on the puck line here, Mindy,
Against me, yep. I get it.
going against you here in this one. So I probably would maybe go against you here in this one. Let me see. I don't know. Mad Bull doesn't necessarily wanting to lay it though here. So yeah, boy, at 6.5. Yeah, this one's so tight for me. Let's see. Want to just check a note here because for me, I mean, it's tough when those runaway spreads get going. I feel like I'm not giving out any good value here in this one. So I'm going to take the under in this one with Detroit and Toronto here at 6.5 anyway. I think we can do that. Is Mad Bull saying over 6.5 though?
Yeah, he said over 6.5.
Okay. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Toronto's been awesome, but hey, Detroit's had a nice swick season so far too. So, all right, that one's a toughie because of that huge line, and I don't know if I can get with even Toronto puck line minus $1.30. So I don't know. All right, Avalanche and Oilers here. This one at Edmonton. Edmonton is taking some money here. They're up to about $1.25, and the total 6.5 under 15. So this one's definitely on the move to the under. It looks like.
Yeah, and that's the direction I'm going to go. I'm going to head under in this one. Avalanche here, for whatever reason, only scoring 2 goals a game in their last 3. Oilers kind of the same thing here. Kind of we're on a hot streak. I feel like they've kind of faded out a little bit here over the last 3 games. Under 9-2-1. Avalanche last 12 versus a team with a winning record as well. I'm going to go under.
All right, Min, you'll be on the under with the Avalanche and the Oilers, and that's the way I'm looking too. We've got our second consensus play here in this one, especially with this number 6.5. Well, it's a little bit of juice here. Mad Bull says Avalanche have been playing pretty crummy. Toxic Devil is on the Oilers here, and Latifa is on the Oilers as well. I totally agree with them. Probably going to make, probably, I don't know, don't want to give anything away, but you guys are so good to us hanging around here. Probably going to be on Edmonton later, I would think. Scotch loves the underplay. I like the under here in this one. Mindy, looks like we've got some agreement with us in the chat. It's all about Colorado when we're talking about the under, right? I mean, they're 12-23 to the under this year, 6-11 to the under on the road. Edmonton's a massive over, but it might be just a matter of who's the better team. These guys, they have similar records right now, so Edmonton's definitely taking the money, but I'm going to go under here in this one. We have our second pick on this card. All right, the Kings and the Golden Knights, they're going to get together here in Las Vegas, where I'm at, in the sports betting capital of the world. Oh, hey, hold on, Mindy. Go ahead. I've got a new Tinder match. If you could just go ahead. I'll
sure.
need a moment.
Yeah, I can take care of it for you. You can shut down your screen for a sec. But yeah, I like where this Golden Knights team's been heading here as of late. Winners of 3 in a row, averaging about 4 goals a game. Kings 1 and 2, scoring 2.33 in those same amount of games. Also, I just like this Golden Knights team at home. Winners of the last 4. I'll take them.
Yeah, this has always been a turn of a tough series in this one. So, Latifa, I think I'm going to go with Roxanne. Is going to be my pick. I know that's what she meant.
Right?
Hey, Angel Reyes is here. Maybe Angel's joined us once or before.
So.
I'm not sure, but good to have Angel here. Talking about the Golden Knights.
Golden Knights.
Let me man, you guys are really coming in with some hot picks here on this one. Orlando is on the Kings in this one. Butterscotch says he's on the over here in this one. Toxic Devil's on the over in this one. Angel said Golden Knights. I think we already put that up there. Yep. Kings and Gold. Good comment by Mad Bull there. As well. So let's see, anything else? Okay, Mindy, the Knights, you say?
Yep, I'm going with your other team, the Knights.
Yeah, it does.
The battle of the Fighting Ramones in this one.
Yeah, well, the thing that troubles me a little bit is maybe the price here. I mean, yeah, these guys are starting to play kind of a tightly contested series, I think. Is what it kind of feels like to me. So, man, I think it's 6. I'm going to look to go over again in this one. It's tough, man. It does feel like it's going to be, maybe 6 or 7. Hopefully, maybe it gets stuck on 6. Maybe it can't get there, but. Man, I almost want to agree with you, but the price is what bothers me. It's not a fade on this one, Mindy, where I'm like, I can't do it because I want the Kings. I kind of want the Kings, but I do worry. So I'm going to take the over though in this one. Mindy's going to be on the Knights at minus $1.55 or so. Maybe it's even going to go down a little bit. Maybe the Kings will get some respect from the odds, from the players, maybe in this one. So. This will be a hot one for sure. Angel does say the price is pretty steep here. It's fun. It's like one of those we talk about, Mindy. You look, the Knights, Kings playing well. I know a lot of people are always going to be down on the Kings a little bit, but you can't argue with that 22-14 record right now. But it's that same situation. Knights are $1.55 or so, and then the Kings on the puck line are minus $1.90.
Right. So. Yeah.
Rapper Capper's here.
Rapper Capper.
Oh man. Well, don't worry. We had to we had Batman in here to keep us company. So, yeah, it looks like Chief will be on it with me here. The 6 or 7 goal. Just saw what happened the other night in that
especially you
one.
said it went to
So,
6, right? From 6.5.
yeah. Well, let me see right now what market wide. It's pretty much 6 all across the board,
Okay.
and you know it's kind of like one of those. It feels so close to that 6 total, but I think
Sure.
it just gets to 6. I mean, to me, it's almost like if it's 6.5,
It's hard to
I'm
get
not
over the 6.
so
Yeah.
flaky, right? I'm not so
Right.
flaky that I'd say, look, if it's 6.5, I'd go under, but I might.
That's what
It
I'm
feels like
saying.
it's gonna get right to 6, and then right, yeah. And Latifah says the line is at 6, so I
Yeah.
think
So
the
that's what I
game
said.
gets.
I would go under 6.5, but over 6. So yeah.
Yeah, I never want to be that flaky, although sometimes I am, obviously. But Angel said it right. 3-3 is very reasonable here, I would think.
Yeah. I tell you, if I lose with the Sharks in overtime against the Ducks again anymore, what is it, like the 5th time this season I've been on the Sharks versus the Ducks and the Ducks
Right.
in overtime? I'm so mad about it.
Yeah, and that game, let me see. I think,
Especially when they've always been leading going into the 3rd period again as well.
yeah, I had a free
I just
play
had
out
to do
there
that Mindy
on
rant.
the under in that game. I mean, it felt like, look, when you get right, even Anaheim's winning games, you gotta like find the teams that they can beat, kind of. So, okay, it looks like Mad Bull's ready to go. He's one step ahead of us, I think, unless he's
Oh,
not.
I'm
Are
not
you
gonna go
going? Is he
anywhere
going with the
close to the
Sharks? Or
Sharks. I'm
is
not
he
gonna be
going with
anywhere
the
close
Sharks?
to those Sharks today. No way. I'm taking the under here today. It's 5-2-1 the last 8, under 9-2-1 the last 12. Bruins, they only allow a 1 in a partial puck, a game. So I'm gonna take the under.
We got a 3-pack. I'm on the under here. It seems pretty darn solid, actually. I would think in this game. So, um, I did. Who was okay? Where did I see it? Someone did say they had the Sharks, right? Mad Bull lean. Was
Yeah,
he
Mad
talking
Bull
about
said I
last
lean
night's
the
game? Is
Sharks
that
up
you
there on
leaning
top.
Sharks in this one? Is
What's
that
that?
right, Mad Bull? Just want to make sure. I mean, I'm not talking because the Bruins are awesome. We all know the Bruins are awesome, and the Sharks are playing better, but they still have big woes going up against a power right now like Boston. So just want to make sure he wasn't. I know he was kind of ahead of the introduction of the game, and we were talking about the Sharks Duck game from last night. But it sounds like he likes the Sharks, so
Yeah.
that sounds cool if he does. Um, I don't
I'll
know.
root for those Sharks. I don't care.
No, it doesn't.
I'd take them at like a puck and a half. But if I'm
Angel,
gonna
thanks
do
for the
it.
parlay there. Rangers and Sabres tonight. Yeah. Mad Bull says, yep, leading the Sharks. Toxic Devil, Boston. Looks like Toxic Devil says, go ahead and lay the puck line
Yeah.
and money line in this one. That gives you the -1. Technically, if you lay the, aim it out to give the exact right number of units. In that one, Boston -$1.05 and -235. So, okay. But we're on the under here, Mindy, under the 6.5 in this one with Boston and New Jersey. I think kind of about Boston. Well, got to see what's kind of in there as far as the goalie situation. Swayman looked good the other night, but they do have the great combo. Obviously, it's doing a great job this season. So, all right, everyone, that's a look at hockey in this one.
So for Blake,
And,
we're up to 6 consensus plays total.
okay.
So his
Well,
over and under was 7 for us again.
okay.
So I mean that would be depends on if it's today's games or just in the show in general. So
That's right, because we still
today's
have.
games we would be under the total, but we got 8 more NFL games we're gonna cover.
Yeah, we're going to cover 8 more NFL right now. We got knocked this out in about 15 minutes, hopefully here.
But we
Great
always probably
comments in
talk a
the
long
chat.
time about NFL, so
Huh?
but we always tend to get a little long-winded on these NFL games.
Well,
So we have
because
to try. We have to try
come
to
on, we know NFL,
get it
but
done.
some of these are actually kind of clunky games in a way. But they're all NFL games and they're all great. So okay, but last time when Blake set that over under, went way over.
Yeah, we did. We went up to like, I don't know, it was like 18 or 19. That was funny.
All right. Yeah. Well, that's just it. Um, Everyone said I want to tease Tony if he's is saying week 18 is tricky. We don't know. Is it tricky? We've never had week 18, so
uh,
but we
funny.
know what it means. The last week of the season is, yeah, we're doing 8 NFL Mad Bowl. So I think Matt D hit a weirdest week 18 ever, right? First week 18 ever. So, anyways, Jets and the Dolphins will start us off, and we got the massive matchup here of Joe Flacco and Skylar Thompson, Mindy. But make no mistake, we know that one team still has a shot, and they are at home here, but they're an under. The move has been solidly in their favor in this game. So I don't know if it's because of Mike White going out. That's when the move happened, but. Um, Hey, come on, man! Joe Flacco's in their last game of the season. Give me a break. 3
Funny.
and 37.
I mean, I think it comes down to that the Jets have scored, I don't know, no touchdowns in the last two games. Only 9 points in the last two here combined. Like you said, Ramon, Dolphins still here fighting for a playoff spot. I think they're the only ones with kind of any sort of motivation maybe in this one. I don't know. Dolphins are also 4-1 versus the Jets off a loss in their last five. I'm going to take the Dolphins.
All right, it's reasonable. I mean, I understand you guys want to fade Joe Flacco. I get it.
Joe Flacco, remember, Ramon, at the beginning of the season, we said he has a better quarterback rating than Matt Ryan. And look what happened to Matt Ryan.
Yeah, Bull says he leans the Jets. Fade Flacco. INT prop against Flacco. Scotch says go under. Jets aren't scoring. I don't want to fade Butterscotch here, but it isn't. Latifah's on Miami with you. Mad Bull says don't even bet this game. Can Miami get in there into the playoffs? So it might be Flacco's last game. That's right, Orlando. So Rapper Capper, fade the Jets. Easy. Angel says he likes the Jets. So, this one is going to be, I think you're going to see people all over in this game because of, look, Thompson's been in there a little bit, but man, can they really cover 3 points right now? I mean, that'd be my question right now.
I think they should just put Tyreek in as quarterback, all-time quarterback.
There you go. Yeah. All right. Well, Mindy's going to be on the Dolphins. I get it. I mean, they're the team that has something to play for here, but you do have a Jets team that can play a spoiler here. They're on a long, long losing streak. No doubt about it. Danny's here again, coming in with his. So he says, take the under in this one. And I'm going to go against you guys. I'm going over in this game with the Jets in Miami. Last game of the season, I don't think there'll be. I think even Joe Flacco might be able to get some points here against Miami. At 37, I'm willing to go over in this game. It might be, 14-10 or something like that. I get it, but I'm going to be on the over. Rapper Capper says under is a smart play. And I'll be
Ramon versus Rapper Capper.
Butterscotch says that's typical Jets. They've gone back to their losing ways, and everyone laughed, when their coach came out and basically said this week, right, that we're not giving up on Wilson, and I don't think they should, but again,
I don't either.
But if you were going to do that, right, maybe they should have just had Mike White playing all season and or Joe Flacco. We're going back to the beginning of the season, Joe Flacco. So, all right, not the prettiest game on the board.
Understatement.
Dolphins have, something to play for, but they just have been, obviously pretty weak of late as well. So, Jets are the team that's a better spread team in general, I think. All right, let's take a look at the Browns and the Steelers next up. in this one. And man, the Steelers, boy, they're in a position where that seems familiar for them, right? They definitely need this win. They're playing the Browns, who've kind of flubbed their way out of the playoffs towards the end. They've a wasted season, kind of a joke, really. You think about how they waited with, knowing Watson would come back. They couldn't even get it going there. Steelers 2.5, 40.5.
Well, the Browns team, beat those Commanders 24-10 last game out. Had, 300 yards of total offense there. Browns averaged 21 a game on offense, while the Steelers only 17. They ranked 29th in scoring, in the NFL. I'm rooting for the Steelers team, Ramon. I'm rooting for them. I want them to win. I just don't think they're going to win by 3. I'm going to take the Browns here.
Okay. Fair enough. Mindy will take the Browns. She trusts
Yeah, so we're taking the
Deshaun
Steelers money
Watson
line. There
and
you
the
go.
crew, right, to come in here and get it done. Angel Reyes says he's on the Steelers. I got you. I got you. Steelers all day here. Looks like they're kind of against you here. Mad Bull on the Steelers. Matt's under or stay away. Steelers anchoring the defense. Take the Steelers. So looks like a lot of support for the Steelers here.
Right.
Latifa, it's me and Latifa as far as I'm concerned. I'm going over in this one with this matchup with Watson, with Pickett. I know it's a division game. It's a big game for the Steelers. Can the Browns really bring it and play spoiler against the Steelers and all that? Rapper Capper says he's going to be back in Mindy. How about that? Nice. I like to see that. So Blake says he's on the under here, wants that typical, AFC North matchup. I get it. I think that's the way a lot of people are going to look. But I'm going to fade that. Rapper Capper says fade the public there. So what are the public sides? I would think in this, is it Steelers? Is the Steelers the public play in this one? Indications are they are. Indications are they are the public side in this one. But the total is heavy on the under. So if anything, I'm fading the public there with the total, because the total I'm showing at least 4 out of every 5 tickets coming in on the under here. So I'm going to be on the over in this one. Mindy's going to be on the Browns.
Sounds
all
good.
right. Let's get another one going here. No, let's just skip this. No, gotta cover every game, Mindy. Gotta cover every game. Texans and Colts. I hate to do it to you, but you got to tell us about the big matchup between my guy Davis Mills and I think Ellinger's quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, I'm rooting for someone dropping an elbow from the top rank here. I mean, I just think this one's going to be an absolute shootout. There's zero defense in this game. I think maybe the Colts can do something else a little bit different on offense. We'll see what they're going to try out here. I like the Texans team here. They're scoring tons of points here as well. But the over is 5-1. The Colts last 6 here. Over is 4-1. The Colts last 5. This Colts team is the one I'm worried about. So they got to keep going here, but I'll take the over.
All right. Looks like some comments coming in here. Mad Bull says he had a strong lead on the Texans finishing strong, but yeah, I mean, if they play with heart, there's no doubt about it. So Rapper Capper talks about him scoring a ton of points last week. Scott says over, but small. Like they say in the Mexican Soccer League, Mindy, no defensa. And that's where I'm going with you. This one's going to go through the roof at the Hoosier Dome. I think this one goes over City. Latifa's on the Texans here. Texans don't want to win for Saturday. He says keep him as coach. Matt says, I don't know, man. I mean, they'll probably end up Rapper Capper says under. He's on the fade train a little bit with us. No problem there. So, but yeah, I think over City actually in this one. I mentioned the Mexican Soccer League. I don't know if you caught this, but there's I believe 4 games have been postpone this tonight because of you don't see this violence. There's violence, and they've canceled 4 games due to community violence
Oh
in
my
the
goodness.
community. Well, yeah, there's the drug cartel has. Because of the drug cartel, they're like, lighting cars on fire in the streets and shooting random people. That's what happens in Sinaloa, where some of the games were going to be played. So 4 games have been canceled tonight or this weekend anyway, due to violence. So how about that?
Yeah.
Good. Just be grateful we're in a thing. We think it's crazy here sometimes, but not so bad, right? So, all right, everyone. Sure, Rapper, that's what Mexican violence.
Yeah, Biden's lighting
Border, we get
cars
it.
on fire.
We get it. All right. Anyways, Mindy, we're on the over in this one. I agree with you with Houston. I think they'll probably come in and get the win here in this one. But let's go over for sure. I would think this one's going to be heading north of 45 points. This might be. It might be my best play. I mean, I'm sorry if I'm a Houston Indy game, but it might be the strongest play on the board as it was appropriate. So over. Okay, next up, Bucks and Falcons here, and the Falcons are favored here at -4, and the total 40.5.
Well, the Buccaneers now have scored 24 points a game in their last 3. Look at them go here. Falcons have had a little bit of trouble putting up 15. Looks like Bowles saying he's going to play his starters this week. I think the Falcons are getting a little bit better offensively. They've looked like they've had improvement, since they made a quarterback change here. I'm going to go over the total in this one, over 40.5.
Yeah, you got to give Angel said, Tom going to show up, and when he stands up there in his press conference and says, "I want to play, but leave it to the coaches; they'll decide." You know what? I think he might actually be telling the truth there. But I think when he says, "I want to play," that kind of gives them the indication, hey, you better, at least put me in there, right? And but still, Tom does kind of, there's no doubt the Bucks have issues still. Nothing's been fixed necessarily with Tampa Bay. I don't think,
Yeah,
Mindy.
I mean, is Brady going for more incentives like cash dollars this week or something?
Well, I don't think it's necessarily that. I just think he wants to be that guy, right? That's right. I mean, that's why he's one of the few players that can get away with, like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna skip practice this week, and I'll show up. We'll run through a few drills on Friday, and we'll just and he, when he if he yells at teammates, he's got the respect of his teammates because he's that guy. He shows up to play. I mean that not everyone does that, right? So I think that's why everyone kind of still has. We've had we have fun at Tom's expense of making fun of him a little bit, but again, he has the respect of his teammates, and that's the most important thing. So, yeah, Mad Bull, the comments are all over the place in this game, but yeah, I can't. Mindy says she likes the over in this game with these two teams. Hey, Ritter, I don't know what you think about him, Mindy, but I don't know. He
I
looks
think
like
there's been improvement. It seems like he's starting to understand the offense a little bit. That's kind of to me what it looks like. He's finally getting into a couple progressions where the first couple games you could tell it was one and done. I'm taking off. So I mean, to me, I've really seen improvement with him. I think he's going to be good moving forward. He just needs time.
yeah. Where was that comment? Because they have clinched the division. Remember, I mean, they're. I know what you're saying, though. Danny said they're playing for the division, but they have clinched their division with that. Remember that?
The win with the Panthers. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just that, and they can't improve they're the worst division winner. So I think that's why you remember that's why the question mark was, will Tom play? And he could come out of the game. There's no doubt about it. And I think the fact you see Atlanta as the favorite here is the indicator. To me, Atlanta is going to probably win this game handily. I'm going to take them here. I'm going to put the freemium tag on this as well. Atlanta to roll here against Tampa Bay. So freemium action would have made my premium card here. I think maybe 4 is tough though too. So
What is the props on Julio Jones? Like, if he's going to get targeted like 4 times? I mean, he's caught like nothing. Like, I mean, he's like invisible on the field. It's amazing what's been going on with him.
yeah, and then you do, the issues for the Bucks, right? I mean, we've kind of pointed it out, man, that maybe it is. I mean, these receivers have, they're great names, and I don't think there's a problem with Evans necessarily. No problem with Evans. I mean, if anything, he's been coming on even stronger. I mean, he had some up and down games, maybe not even on the same page, but Evans has just been red hot. But Godwin, I mean, he's been kind of shaky holding on to the ball. Saw that big fumble, remember? It's not the first time with Godwin. So that's where their problem. And again, I mean, they haven't been able to balance any run in there. So, Falcons are nothing special, but they've been okay. I know they're not, they're done, of course, for a while now. But all right, Mindy, let's continue on. You're on the over. I'm on the Falcons here. Yep, Toxic Devil, great comments today. We're almost done if you want to stick around, but we understand. Get rolling. It's the top of the hour, so we want to be out of here too. But okay, Panthers and Saints here in this one. The Panthers are I got it wrong. No, 3.5. It is 3.5. 3.5 and 41.5 Saints are favored.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's going to be lots of scoring this week, perhaps. I'm hitting the over again. It is 4-0. The Panthers last 4 here as well, over 8-1 in the last, 9 between these two. I like the Saints, at home here. And again, they've been good this season covering the spread, but I'm going to go over here. I'm going to I think there's going to be, easily a back and forth game here in this one.
Yeah, and the talk about AT Rapper Capper says Saints lock. I'll tell you right now, I'm on the Panthers just because of one thing, and it's that little 0.5 there you see right there at the end of that point spread. You talked about back and forth game. This ain't a great matchup. We know that. So for me, it's going to be just probably because of that hook that I'm going to be on here on Carolina. So yeah, Darnold versus Dalton. I get it. A couple of old veterans, if you will, in this game, and I thought it was awesome. And did we mention on the show? Yeah, I think we did. But I'll just tell the story here real quick. We'll get out about the. With Damar Hamlin, and everyone loves in Buffalo. Everyone loves Andy Dalton because of his victory for the Bengals that put Buffalo in the playoffs back in 2016, and all the Buffalo fans ended up donating a bunch of money to Andy Dalton's charity. And it was pointed out this week that right there on Damar Hamlin's charity, that I don't know, is it up to 7 million now?
It was at 7.5 like 2 days ago. So yeah,
and right there on it was a nice $3,000 donation from Andy Dalton and his wife. So he never forgot, and that's just awesome. So anyways, in this one, Mindy, I'll take Carolina because of that hook. You're on the over. You expect a back and forth game. So Rapper Capper with an interesting comment there, considering that. So Mad Bull was talking about the INT props, and Blake agreed. He thinks there will be interceptions in this one. Danny says Saints D good at home. Panthers have been lighting it up. Panthers have just found a little something here over at the end, even though they've been toast a little bit. So, all right, Mindy's on the over. I'm on Carolina here. All right, Ravens and the Bengals. Glad to see the Bengals are happy as well. They've got to be feeling great. The spread's gone up here to 9. Tough to give 9 to John Harbaugh.
That's what I'm thinking. The Ravens defense, I know they haven't been doing anything really on offense other than, Tucker field goals. But this Ravens defense is, they're no slouch. And we know that the Bengals usually have a tough time here versus, the Ravens. They've all been low scoring. They've been conservative. I think that's still how this is going to be. I'm going to take the points here with the Ravens. They are 8-2 in their last 10, when scoring less than 15 points the previous game. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Ravens.
I gotta agree with you, Mindy. I mean, look, Joe is the king of covering spreads. We know that the Bengals have been covering every spread you put in front of them for the last 2 seasons, pretty much. But it's just gone too far. Remember, the Ravens. They've clinched their playoff berth. I get that. But the Bengals have also clinched their playoff berth. So, uh, to me, you probably have a game where no, I'm not saying disinterested necessarily. Obviously, um, you know, 9.5 points. The Ravens are in the playoffs for a reason, right? And they've done it without Lamar. I don't know, Mad Bull. I get what you're saying, and now the talk about uh, Jackson, being flaky and maybe wanting to leave the Ravens. I don't know if it's necessarily been about that. I mean, the injury is a real injury, right? So, I don't know. But we're on it together, Mindy. We're taking Baltimore.
Coin flip.
Yeah.
Cracks me up.
Again, we don't know. Who knows what we're going to see at the end of the game. I know Burrow will probably in there the whole game. There, definitely can. Uh, you know, 9.5 points. This one keeps. I mean, nine. I say nine, but I mean, I'm showing there are some 9.5s even out there, right? It doesn't make any sense. Two playoff teams here. I agree with you. The Ravens. We think of the Ravens, and yes, their defense is not that typical Ravens defense necessarily, but all right, Blake's. Yeah, maybe it will be that one spot for the under in this game. You see how the Ravens have been scoring, and wouldn't surprise me if we end up with a low score here. Let's
Right.
take Baltimore in this one.
Okay.
All right. Next up, the Patriots and the Bills, and kind of save this one. I know we got the Vikings and the Bears, but I just wanted to touch on it. I mean, Mindy, it's got to be for me just incredibly. I think the Bills are going to get so much out of their feelings this week. I don't. It's tough to play with emotion. Talk about play a gamble with emotion and put your stake on emotion, but it just feels like the huge sense of relief is going to be an overwhelming emotional factor for me in this game with the Buffalo Bills. They still have something to play for. We know the Patriots are just terrific with their backs probably to the wall here. But, to me, uh, the Bills, it's going to be an incredibly emotional day. And I think it's going to be it'll be the story of the day of the game, if not the entire day.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to take the over. I think the Bills are going to go over themselves. I think that's just how the way it's going to be. I mean, this is going to be, my opinion, it's going to be pedal to the metal the whole way. I don't think there's going to be, I mean, it's going to be everyone, we're going to do this for our teammate. That's how I see it. I just think they are going to have their foot on the pedal. I think they're going to light this one up.
I don't disagree with Mad Bull because I think Josh Allen is going to be winging it. He's going to be running it. He is going to be a mad bull. He's going to be a mad job. He's going to play awesome in this one. I get it, Rapper Capper. You want the Pats. Their backs are to the wall. I don't want to doubt them at all. But there's going to be basically 70,000 people against the New England Patriots. And it's not even about the New England Patriots, but the way sports plays. Remember, I mean, just 4 days ago, we were thinking about, are we even going to play these games? To get that phone call, to hear his voice. I imagine that the run up over the last 48 hours has just been incredible, and Buffalo must be just out of their shirts right now, just with emotion, ready to get on this field. I expect the Bills to crush the Patriots in this one. I agree with you though, Mindy. The plays on the over. The Bills will probably give something up too. It might be just such a you know wild game in this one. If anything, maybe the back door could be open. Then we might get beat there if we're on the Bills, but might want to get in on this one. I don't know if the public can take it much higher, but it just feels like you know. Look, Patriots are the kings of this, right? But not this time. Nope. Blake says blowout right there. So uh, let's see what else we got. I think I think Latifa kind of agrees with us here.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that the
Well, it's
Patriots had to
different.
play 'em.
It's different. Rapper cat. It's different this week. This is. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, this is like a 1 in a million chance of something like this, happening. I mean, this one's just different.
it's awesome. It's awesome emotion. It's not the emotion that we had just 3 or 4 days ago. Everything has changed within the last 24 to 48 hours for the Buffalo Bills. I mean, they are going to be through the roof in this one. So, Danny Candler, I mean, yeah, it might be 21 to nothing in the first quarter. It really might. That's true because I'd like to see the Patriots in the playoffs. Actually, I think they got a quarterback. I think Mac Jones. Look, they're not going to give up on Mac Jones. I mean, I think he'll be the quarterback of the Patriots for several years to come. I think he'll continue to grow and improve. So, okay, yep, yeah, no, I get it. Thank you, Robert Kemper, about Batman. I want to say it. I get all your burners right, but. Just too much. It's just too much It's just too much, and I think the Patriots kind of know it too in a way. But they know the playoffs are on the line. They're going to be playing hard.
This
Okay,
is a game
Minnie.
of momentum, and this is like the most momentum you can have going into a game, the most momentum you'll have going through a game. I don't see it going any other way. Because again, it was one of those things like with the Franco Harris, I was on the other side. This is not one of those that I think it's going to be any sort of letdown spot in this
Yeah, and it
situation.
was no disrespect about someone. I'm sure. Let me see if I could go back. I don't want to.
Emotional momentum. Like, I feel like it's hard to explain, right? Like, I think it's hard to explain, especially like as a player, how you can go through the motions and then suddenly you can find a little bit more focus. I don't know how you want to say it, but there is a way that you can mentally prepare for a game that you don't normally.
Yeah,
I mean,
I already.
you
Yeah,
know,
I already think the focus was going to be a little bit there. If things had taken a turn, look, remember there was question marks. Could we even play this game or whatever, right? And so I know what who was saying heavy hearted because I think the heavy hearts are gone. It's a floating heart now. It's a love heart, right? Everything that's happened with this. So I'll explain it to the Batman doesn't see the angle, what momentum. But you have a player who basically last week, the game on Monday night, almost passed away on the field. Within the last 24 hours, he's he's communicating verbally. He's made an
really,
incredible physical turnaround. I made light, talking about we shouldn't even talk about him playing. There is talk about him one day possibly being on the football field, which it seems like a terrible idea. But I mean, that's how much this guy's recovered, and because of the great things that happened and all that. So, uh, well, yeah, but no one wants to die prematurely. So let's, get away from that necessarily. I mean, that's just a terrible thing to say, actually. So, yeah, it's all about the emotion here. Let's move on. Let's talk about the next one, Mindy. Our final game here, I believe, with the Vikings and the Bears. And the Vikings are favored on the road. I get it. I mean, the Bears got Nathan Peterman in there, everybody's favorite quarterback to make fun of. But this is the wrong type of line, I would think, for the Vikings. But here comes Scotch. Oh no!
Warning, do not bet on the Bears. Okay, fine. I'm going to take the Vikings to win and cover this one. I think they're going to be looking good here off of this Packers loss. The Bears is still struggling on defense, no matter how you look at this, and then probably no Justin Fields here. I'm going to go ahead and take the Vikings to cover.
Oh, you are okay. So
Yep.
even my little, hint was too much there. So, all right. And Danny says under here, and Danny Candler for the first. We may have agreed on a couple of them, but I didn't single you out. But Danny Candler and I are going to be on the same side here in this one, Mindy, on the under. Come on, Nathan Peterman there. I mean, yeah, cousin Kirk, and I say it like that because it's fun.
Yeah.
Right? So. Anyways, I think that it's going to go under in this one. I think that's a pretty juicy number, actually. Seeing it there at 43, is that real? Because I really thought, once Peterman's in there, I mean, I already graded it down more towards like 40 and a half, 41. No reason for the Vikings to think that
He was pretty stinky last time out.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So, but Danny's gonna Vikings first half money line. Okay, I get that. So, I don't know. The Vikings, they've had some weird things happen to them. They trailed the Indianapolis Colts. I don't know if you guys knew they trailed the Indianapolis
No one saw
Colts
that.
33 to nothing at halftime. You guys remember that? So the Vikings might need Mindy, I'm not going to go with you here. They might end up having to do something desperate here to win the game in the last seconds, 10-7 or something like that. So join me on the under, everybody, and Mindy's on the Vikings here. So great show, everybody. We're not going to let Batman bring us down. We might be, some of us are closer to death than alive, but again, that's not the way you want to look at it. That's just a wrong attitude, certainly, but to each his own. All right, great show. Thanks to everyone in the chat. I'd say we got, I don't think we made it past 61, and I think that
it was close, yeah.
In all reality, I think we got 61 last time. So, I think we got even, we didn't, I'm going to say we didn't beat our I'm saying we tied it. So, all right, everyone, thanks so much for joining us here on the Morning Steam. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll preview the rest of the NFL card.
We're going to try to break our record.
Sorry it took so long, Mindy. Don't forget to head on over to our website, tonyspicks.com. There you'll find our premium picks every day, including Mindy's and mine. We're just 10 minutes away from a game right now. Everybody, make sure you note that North Carolina and Notre Dame start in 10 minutes. So if you want to get involved in the action, we're ready to roll. Head on over to our website, click on the Premium Picks tab, and you can see all the action there. Don't forget about the pick ticker as well, where all the games are listed in chronological order. That way, if you have missed your handicap, just click on the upcoming tab, and there you'll see all of the picks from all of the cappers lined up neatly in time order. The GM is the only one on that early game.
Oh my goodness.
What do you got, GM? He's on the total. He's on the total in that game.
Okay.
Yep. And Italian soccer from Paul today. Some late steam coming in from Brandon Chech on St. John's and Providence. Mindy, I imagine. Yep, might be some late steam, but look at all the plays over there from today's games from the crew here at Tony's Picks. Please use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 20%. Please pick up one of our packages. We appreciate you watching our show and getting all these free picks, but it's such a big card today. Thank you so much, everybody in the chat. Latifa, thank you so much. Everybody, thanks, everybody, for joining us. All right. For Mindy Hahn, I'm Ramon Scott. Thank you for joining us.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.